began in my uncle's restaurant when I was 11 years old, working in Chicago, Chinatown, in America. When I first visited the UK in 1971, I think, like all food in this country, it was pretty dreadful. Chinese cooking was mainly chop suey, which I knew. I didn't know where that came from. It did not come from China. There were not a lot of ingredients. I could barely find ginger, fresh vegetables. It was very, very poor, as it was in the supermarkets for British people. Since the 1970s, people's awareness of Chinese food has increased immensely. And the thing is, if you think that 3 or 4 years ago, Chinese food has overtaken Indian food as sort of the favorite ethnic food in this country. This is one of my biggest beef. When people who are not Chinese order Chinese food, they order everything fried. I mean, you would never see Chinese doing that. You might have one dish fried, one dish steamed, one dish stir-fried, one dish braised, but you would never have everything fried. I think the biggest challenge is getting the British public to see Chinese food as it really is, not as a stereotype of everything fried in oil. Chinese food in different countries are they're adapted to, of course, the country. Like for instance, Chinese food in America tends to have a portion size 3 times what a Chinese would eat, because Americans want big portions. In France, for example, Chinese food tend to have a Vietnamese or Cambodian tinge to it, which is kind of strange. While in Holland, Chinese food tends to be more sort of Indonesian based, and they seem to throw curry in a lot of Chinese dishes, which is interesting. I think if you go to a place like Sweden or Finland, they would do stir-fry reindeer, which because people eat reindeer in those countries. I think the Chinese catering industry is very adaptable. We're very flexible, and we take things that were not Chinese, like asparagus, and made it into a Chinese dish very easily. Well, I think the prospects of Chinese food is very, very bright. I would promote Chinese food by continuing to show people how to cook it, how to do it authentically and right. Yes, I believe I've had a remarkable career. I think the thing I'm most proud of is my mother's pride. I tell you why, because I think it's the way my mom brought me up, is that when you are doing well and successful, it's important for you to give back to society.